In this video, we are going to take a second look at callback function and higher order function. And we will also see, is there any concept that we are missing from it? And let's try to execute this function in the same way that JavaScript engine executes it. So we know the drill, like as soon as a code snippet is given to JavaScript engine, the first thing it does is to create a global execution context as we have created it here. And the first thing it does is to goes into a declaration phase. In declaration phase, what are the things you look for? You only look for function or variable declaration. So on line number 1, we can see a function declaration called outer. So I'll go ahead and say outer. And we know outer is a function. We'll skip line number 2 to line number 7 because it's a part of definition. Later on, from line number 9 to line number 16, we can see we have multiple variable declaration and all of them will have same characteristics. So I'll go ahead and define all of them. So now here we have all the variable declared and there is no value assigned to it because they're all declared using let. So as soon as we are done with that, the declaration phase will be over. We'll move on to the next phase, that is execution phase. In execution, we don't care about declaration, so we'll skip line number 1 to 7, moving on directly to line number 9. Here, in execution phase, we are assigning a value returned from outer to getNext. And we know what happens when you execute a function. Here, we are executing outer. So the thing that will happen is a function execution context will be created. This is the function execution context of outer function. And this will also go through the first phase, that is declaration phase. In declaration phase, what are the declaration we can look inside? So the first declaration we are looking inside is count. What is the value in declaration of count? Nothing, because let doesn't initialize it. The second declaration we can see is a next function. And next is a function. And we know that because there is a difference between the behavior of a function declaration and a variable declaration. From here, we are returning next. So to understand what is the value of next, we'll go into the memory and see next is a function, right? So we'll return this from here. Whatever getting returned from outer will be assigned to getNext. So in getNext, we'll have a function. So we'll say function. And if you want to just give an extra information, we can just say what function it is. So it's a next function. So the value of getNext is a function. So we'll go ahead and create a box and we know it is a function. And what function it is, so I'll just in bracket, I'll just say next. So as soon as the function returns a value, the thing that will happen is the execution context of outer function will be deleted. So we'll go ahead and delete. So now we will move on to line number 11 and we can see, so here we are executing getNext. But let's understand what is the value of getNext. Here we can see getNext is a function. So can you execute a function? Obviously you can. So what will happen is as soon as you execute a function execution context will be created here. And it is a function execution context of next. So we'll say next execution context. And here we'll look into next function. Right now it is in declaration mode. In declaration mode, I will look for any declaration. Do you see any declaration inside that? Not at all. So we'll just move on to execution phase. In execution phase, we are saying count plus plus. So here we are looking for the value of count. So where we will go? We will go inside the memory of next execution context. Will we find it? Not at all. That's when we'll bubble out to the parent. And who is the parent here? So the parent is the global execution context, and here we can see we do not have a variable named count. So what do you think what will happen here? So obviously count is not defined and we are trying to add 1 to that count value. So it should throw an error saying count is not defined. That is what we understood from this diagram, right? So let's just try to see if that happens in real world or not. So we'll go ahead and execute this code inside console. Press enter. There is no error. So if we look at the value of first, we can see the value of first is 0. Oh, what is the value of second now? It's 1. Obviously, there is something going on that we don't understand yet, right? Try doing it by yourself and see if it is right or not. We'll find the answer of this thing in our next video. But before starting next video, you should try doing it by yourself on notebook and see whatever rules we know till now. Using that rules, is it possible to have a value of first and second or 1 and 2? Try to figure it out.